Hey, what's up, Notary Nerds? It's your girl, Monica, here to give you an update on the turnkey specimen collection website that I've been building, the template that I've been building over the last 90 days that is compliant with DOT regulations. So I'm super excited, and I just kind of want to look back at the very first template because I didn't know what I was doing, right? I knew I'd learned Google Sites. I taught myself, some of the basics. And so this is what I was able to come up with, which I don't think was horrible. But again, I knew that as an entrepreneur, in order to put my best foot forward, that I was going to have some help with people that could do things a little bit better than I could, which resulted in a update to the style. As you can see here, it's a little cleaner, a little bit more design elements going on with it. And that right there let me know that, yes, sometimes you do have to go outside of what you can do, hire people when they are bringing something to the table that you do not have, right? And so that's what has happened and resulted in a cleaner looking, more professional site. Not only do we have that one site to choose from, so for those of you who have invested in this site, you were prepared to get, a fully, turnkey, ready to go website. But guess what? Now you have 3 of those to choose from instead of just the one. So I'm very proud of that. So let me show you the other 2 styles. The second style is really fun. I think I might have shared these 2 with you before, but I just kind of want to go back over them again. The second style is a little bit more fun and has a little bit more bounce to it, if you will. They all come with a lead magnet, which is what you want. You want lead magnets on your site. If you don't have a lead magnet, then you need a lead magnet, okay? If you don't have a lead magnet, it's not a good thing. You need a new site, okay? And the other site, I think, is going to be my favorite, actually. The next site is more feminine, I think. It's got a softer look to it. And that right there is, I think, what draws me to it the most. So here is the one I think that's kind of rated as my favorite right now. This is the third style. Again, for those of you guys who have invested, you get to pick, right? Instead of just having one option, you get to pick which one of the 3 options that works best for you, your style wise, and in business model, and who you're trying to target, and so far and so on. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to go in and show you why this website is so unique and why it's so valuable. And that is because of the training. So let me go to the training. The training is where we've taken CFR 49 CFR 40, which is the Code of Federal Regulations that deals with transportation. And we've taken each of those 18 modules and we've created curriculum around each module. So here is what the student dashboard looks like on this third style. The students would come in and they would start module 1. And here, once they got into module 1, they could go start, studying their vocabulary. There'll be a video here to explain kind of how things go. Then they can start with worksheet 1 and begin the actual training. And I'm just putting things anywhere. I'm not paying attention to right or wrong answer. I just want you to see that this training, this curriculum, is designed with the person who has varying learning styles in mind, meaning that everyone doesn't learn the same. We're not doing boring videos on videos. We're not just forcing you to read. Yes, you will have to watch a video. Yes, you will have to read. However, with this curriculum at your school, okay, there's interactivity involved, right? That makes it very engaging for you. And what we're working on now is making sure that every attempt at a quiz, every attempt at a worksheet, every attempt at anything is captured and cataloged so that the student has a very thorough portfolio once they're done, okay? Not only do they get their certificates of completion, but then they also have this catalog, this portfolio of proof that, hey, I did this. It took me 6 months. Here's every worksheet. Here's every quiz. Here's every test. Okay, that's called our student portfolio, right? We give that to them, and it's all a part of them investing in our training. See, the other trainings, they don't offer anything this comprehensive. Typically, it's just going to be, and look how many I missed. Look at all these, right? And that was just me playing around, right? But that's to help the learner. That's what these worksheets, these interactive worksheets are designed to do. And that will be the difference maker between our curriculum and the next curriculum. Because a lot of times we take for granted when we talk about online learning that you're just going to plop somebody in front of a video and expect that they're going to get it. That's not the way it works, right? People's brains work differently, and I'm taking that into account when it comes to developing the curriculum for the specimen collection. All right. Whoa, not good. All right. Again, just showing you the functionality of the quizzes. Now, that was module 1. So let's go take a look at another module. Let's go take a look at, say, a module 4. And let's see what types of quizzes we have for module 4. There could be some of the same, or we might have something different like a fill in the blank, right? Where they have to choose the correct answer. They have to read and understand the correct answer and select accordingly. This type of curriculum does not exist in the DOT training space right now. Your website, if you have one, will be one of a kind. There's only 40 of these going out, right? And I've sold several. I think we've got probably 20, I think we got 23 left, okay? We've got 23 left, and I've heard loud and clear that some of you guys want this, but you want it on a payment plan. So I'm going to try to work something out. The only challenge with that is that now that I'm almost done with it, when I give it over to you, it's a digital file. It's gone. That's like yours. I can't, if you can't pay or whatever, I can't get that money back. So we're going to have to figure out a way that it's a win-win. I might just keep the site and manage it, and then, you handle the money or I handle the money, or we'll figure something out, because I want, if you want it, to have it. But at the same time, I know once these take off, they're going to be extremely valuable. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not making any guesstimates or estimates, but what I can tell you is over the last 2 years, if you'll look here on line 4, over the last 2 years, I have been able to generate about $400,000 in revenue. This has not been updated since the last time I did this spreadsheet. I'm at 408 annually, or all time, since January of 2021. I got this URL in November of 2020, but I did not launch Notary Nerd University until January the 1st of 2021, several months later. From that day to this day, we're looking at over $408,000 in gross revenue, okay? So I have no doubt in my mind that this website could at least do that, right? And the reason that is the case is because when I went in and I priced Notary Nerd University, I priced it at $37 per month on the low end. Okay, so my low end tuition, if you will, was $37 per month. Whereas on this particular website, which I'm going to get out of this preview because it's got too many windows open. This particular website is going to be priced at $100 per month, simply because of what it's doing to the person who's going through it. It's giving them a solid foundation to be able to launch a business plus a website when they're done. Hello? Where are they doing that at? Nowhere, right? So it's probably too low, honestly. I would probably announce this as introductory pricing when I roll mine out, just to get a feel of the market. But as far as when you look at a program that's going to help you do something that's legitimate, a legitimate opportunity to start your own business, not I'm creating some out of thin air. No, we're talking about the Department of Transportation, folks. We're talking about airline personnel, railway personnel, CDL drivers, truck drivers, all these people that are, anybody that's attached to the Department of Transportation has to do a DOT drug test, the DOT physical, all these things are required, right? So if you target your website, your university to people who are in the healthcare space already, like your nurses, your traveling nurses, your CNAs, your home healthcare providers, those people are already in the healthcare space. So those are the people who would be investing in this type of training to sit down and say, you know what, let me get this under my belt, okay? And then once I get it, now I can go and start this aspect, add this to my already existing business, right? So this is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to that. So as far as that's concerned, I feel like it's going to do even better than the notary space, because while there were a lot of people in the notary space, because of the fact it's a very low barrier to entry, you can't, there's only so much cap in there, right? The notary themselves have to make money. And so they don't have a lot of extra money to spend on a whole bunch of training. So you have to make your training affordable. You have to understand your audience and what their market looks like. Well, in the healthcare space, I already know that when it comes to healthcare, those who are providing it are doing so at a premium. because people pay for their health care. There's no choice in the matter, right? If there's a home health nurse that's involved or whatever, you're going to pay for that. The insurance is everybody's going to have to pay, okay? So just imagine that audience being attracted to your training, and then that being the price point of $100 per month. That to them would make sense, right? Because of what is going to happen at the end. They're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of skill sets that they can add to their repertoire, plus a website to help them market once they've completed all of these 4 trainings. And it's just a matter of them taking their time. It's a self-paced training and going through the motions on their own. So I'm super, super excited about it. Let me show you just a couple of more. Let's grab a couple of more worksheets. They're in the process. The team is in the process of getting all of the worksheets in. So let me just make sure. The last piece of the pie is obviously with me. I have to get the videos in, and I also have to get the registration link set up so people can come and pay. So that's the fun part that I have to handle. And so yeah, here's another cool example of the worksheet interactivity that we're providing that you will not find anywhere else, right? This is the thing that makes this website unique. Now, most websites, if you try to go do this yourself, which you absolutely 100% could, I did it. I don't see why you couldn't. You would go and you would find that they charge typically by the page. All right. So I just kind of want you to take a look over here to the right to give you an idea of how many pages there are associated with this site, right? Let me get a cleaner view of it so that you can see it more easily. Now, over here on the right, by pages, we've got obviously the home page, the what is page, pricing page, training page. So that's 4. And then under the training page, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pages. That's 9. And then you got a student login page. So that's 10. So when you go try to price a website, go look at how much they'll charge for a 10-page website. Go to Etsy, go to Fiverr, go to whoever. Google how much it would cost for you to get just a 10-page website with gobbledygook on it, right? No words, no content or anything, not targeted towards anybody, none of that, right? Then what I want you to do is add to those 10 pages, I want you to add another 19 pages. I want you to add a student dashboard, okay? And then I want you to add 18 more pages, one for each module. And on each of those, I want you to tell that designer that you want them to develop curriculum you want them to develop not only a video explaining what's about to happen, but also the curriculum for one of each of the modules in 49 CFR 40, and point them to that document, okay? Go point them to this document right here, which I'll share with you. You want to point them to CFR 49 CFR 40 rather. And let me see where the most recent one is. Let's go with the 1216. Point them to this document that I think has 144 pages, okay? And tell them to go through it in a detailed manner and pull out as rigorous of a curriculum as they can, okay? Tell them to pull out as rigorous of a curriculum as they can. And when they do that, tell them that you want that done in a worksheet, a study guide fashion like this, so that, the students will be able to, use it as a study guide, right? Because each of our students is going to get a study guide for each of the modules, right? Then tell them to create worksheets for those modules accordingly, same level of rigor, and have them make those worksheets interactive, right? Tell them you want interactivity with the worksheets, and that's very important because your main goal is to be the best training out there, and you want people to actually really learn. You don't want to plop them in front of a video and on this kind of content and them not learn, right? You want to get results. You want people going through your university and saying, oh my gosh, this is the most thorough training I've ever been in. I really get it. I feel confident right now. And not only that, if the DOT ever came knocking on my door, I've got this big binder full of proof that I know what I'm talking about, right? Because of all of this interactivity, they've captured all of my attempts at these worksheets and all these lessons and whatnot. And not only that, I've got a test on each module. So ask that designer to do that, 20 some odd plus page website for you with all of those components, the curriculum, the worksheets, the training, the interactive the interactive worksheets and the tests, and then see how much they'll charge, right? Because that's what this is, right? And here's the other piece to this, and I just kind of want to give that to the entrepreneurs who are hearing my voice. Once you have this template, because that's what this is. This is a template. We're going to give it to you. We told you it was going to be ready as far as you don't have to do anything to it, and that is 100% the case. But that doesn't prevent you from going and getting new graphics and doing whatever you want to do to it. You can change it completely around. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to use this template as a template for another, hello, okay? I just said something that you might not have picked up on, okay? I said something that some of you just picked up on, but maybe others of you did not, okay? So I am going to leave it there, because what happens when you purchase this template, at least until December the 31st, is you'll get commercial rights with this template. That right there is a humongous deal, okay? You are getting commercial rights with this template. What does that mean? That means that you can take this template and recreate it. You can't sell it exactly as it stands, obviously, okay? You would have to, as a template, take it as a base, reinvent your wheel on top of that template, add your own flavor. Maybe you want to teach people how to become a master gardener. Maybe you want to teach people how to become the best real estate agent. Maybe you want to teach people how to invest in quadruplexes. Maybe you want to teach people how to train horses. Maybe you want to teach people how to start a fish farm. I don't know what you want to teach, okay? But I do know that if you've got this template, you can teach it and you can charge for it, okay? So the thing is, this template is only going to be available to 40 people. I've said it from the beginning. I don't want any more than 40 out in the marketplace until we get a situation going, right? To see what's what. And then from there, we're moving it on out, right? Now, for you, what does that mean? That means you got till December the 31st at 11:59 p.m. to decide whether or not this is something that you want to do, okay? If you're an active member at Notary Nerds University, you get access to this special pricing, one of the benefits of membership. And this is only through December the 31st. So at the end of the year, the pricing goes to $3,500 for everybody, okay? So for right now, Specimen Collection website template, the introductory price of $1,750 is available all in one payment. Or if you can't do it all in one, you have the following option. You can make a $500 payment today to get started, as long as you do that before the 31st. No payment in January. No payment in February to kind of give you an opportunity to recover from the holidays. Your payments will resume March, $500 on the 1st, April the 1st, $500, May the 1st, $500, and June the 1st, $500, for a total of $2,500, as that's basically what you're going to be paying for the website, which is a little bit more than the $1,750, which you could get if you paid it all at once. But it's $1,000 less than the price will be effective on January the 1st. So right now, $500 can kind of save you some money and at least get you in. Notary Nerds University, since it is a digital product and you're paying it in payments, Notary Nerds is going to keep and manage the site, meaning all payments, until the site is paid in full, okay? You can pay it off early with no penalty, or whatever the case. You might get out there and start marketing it in January, and in February make $3,000. If that's the case, you can pay it off early. That's no problem. And there won't be a penalty for you paying it off early. You just pay off whatever the remaining payments are going to be due, and you'll receive an invoice for those remaining payments. So that's my offer to you for those of you guys who want to get in on the Specimen Collection turnkey training website and take it to wherever you want it to go. It also includes that commercial right to it, which allows for you to recreate your own, okay? You cannot resell. That's a different thing. You have a license, the commercial license, to recreate using this template and create your own training, okay? And I think it's a really great opportunity for those of you guys who are teachers at heart like myself. All right, thanks for listening. Talk with you soon. Peace.